welcome back. I hope you enjoyed your Korean commercials. We got some more great StarCraft games coming up here. That last game, though, wow, very one-sided. Terran got owned. Calm, very, very good play by him. I think he will probably make it pretty far in the tournament if he can maintain his style that he exhibited in those last two games. I was very impressed. Our next game is going to be HerO versus Barracks, a Protoss versus Terran. It should be pretty interesting.
Okay, well, before I give you guys a little bit about HerO, he's actually known amongst the teams, amongst the coaches, that he's actually really good against Terran. So, I mean, this could look like to be a good game. Barracks, apparently, is fairly new. He's a rookie this year, and it comes down to whether or not, HerO's experience can surpass Barracks' skill, basically. Because he is pretty new to this. Let's see, when did Barracks came on the scene exactly a year ago, 2007, last September. So it's only been about a year.
Yeah.
Yeah, here it is. He won versus, I don't even have their IDs. But basically, for this round, we have the results of the 256, and HerO was going to play against whoever it was that he beat out. What is this? What did we get here?
We've been slipped a note.
We've been slipped a note.
But it is in broken English.
A player doesn't come here to play. Okay. Player doesn't come here to play.
I'm sorry, that letter that I just received is incomprehensible. I don't know what that thing says.
All right.
But we've been informed of something. Something is happening. I don't know. Find out very soon. But talking about this series, it's going to be on Colosseum. Should be a pretty interesting game. Although I think I say that about every single game. I mean it this time. Protoss vs. Terran, very intense turtling going on in that matchup, especially on this map. So Protoss basically is the defender. Terran is the one that has to choose when to be aggressive, with the exception of maybe the first 5 minutes. That's when some technical strategies can happen. By the way, we think we fixed my mic so it won't fall off. It was slipping off earlier, so that should be taken care of as well. I do apologize about that.
All right, looks like we're going to be slipped another note. Let's see.
Oh, are we actually waiting? Oh, I see. I guess one of the players hasn't actually gotten here yet.
That's what it was.
Okay.
I
see. We're going to be talking for a little bit.
I see. He just got here.
There he is. There he is. That must be the player.
All right.
I'm watching him walk over here right now.
It is Barracks, who, our little 18-year-old who has just scurried along the floor to get into his booth. Hopefully that won't affect his gameplay too much.
Yeah, he's probably in a state of panic. He was probably really worried when he was coming down here, knowing he's going to be late, and he can get in a lot of trouble being late for that. Most of the time when these pro gamers travel, they actually have like a van that they move all the gamers in. So it's not like they just drive down here themselves in their car.
Well, you guys know that he was actually the one who won in the 256 to get here. Today, all day, this morning at a different location, every game was played. All the brackets in the 256 were played. And so HerO is playing the winner of whoever won between Barracks and his opponent. You guys, you want to tell him? You want to tell the sad news we found out today?
No, I don't want to tell him.
You want to tell him the sad news?
No, I don't want to talk about it.
Say it. So, our very own Idra did not make it past the 256. Yes, I am the bearer of bad news.
This sucks.
Idra did not make it past the 256. Actually, he lost 1-2. Apparently, I heard that the first game was incredible, though. That it was amazing.
I heard that too, actually.
And that he lost to Cheese. So, we may be able to have a special for you. Keep your eyes open, where you may be able to see, and we might be able to televise his game.
I think the player's in there. Look, they're both there, so I think we're going to be starting very soon.
Great.
But no, they're actually not in the game yet, so.
Is he setting up?
This is chaos. I'm not sure.
I think he's
All right, he's plugging his stuff in.
So what's going on?
HerO looks pretty collected, though.
All right, well, here we go. Barracks made it this far last season. And let's see if he'll make it past this point in the tournament. HerO made it to the 64s, and he lost it there too. So this is another try for him. KTF just recently got a new coach.
Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah.
So, do you think his strategies would be different? Like, what do you think?
I know one of the big things about the coaches is who they're making you play, and the pattern of how you're training during the day. It may help him, it may hurt him. I know there are some pro gamers that get traded to another team, and then the way that they're practicing just does not work for them. So we'll see. I mean, I'm not too sure if it'll help or if it'll hurt, but we'll find out in a few minutes.
Yeah. Okay. See, is he ready yet? I'm not even sure.
The gamers are not in the game yet.
No, they're not.
Which means we get to keep talking. I think it should be pretty exciting. This series, I do enjoy casting Protoss versus Terran.
You want to go back to talk about Hydra then?
Let's talk about Hydra. I like Hydra.
All right, we like Hydra. We do.
I like
Great
that
guy. I do. Nice guy. Yeah. He's actually quite disappointed, as we are, as the entire foreign community is. But, like I said, there might be a special where we could televise one of his matches. But you'll have to keep watching, keep listening to see when that's going to be available, or even if it's going to be available, because I'm sure everyone's pretty curious as to how he's doing in the Pro League.
Hydra's quite good, and now that he's on this new team, I think it's going to help him out a lot. He says he's really happy there. But he's going to be playing in so many big matches. For those of you guys who don't know who Hydra is, he is the only non-Korean pro gamer down here. Although hopefully we'll have some more non-Korean pro gamers down here in the future. But yeah, he is certainly disappointed that he lost that game. But I think, especially a player like Hydra, I think he has a lot of potential to do quite well.
Yeah, just even from that one game that they said, it was when Hydra, really followed his training from what he had learned, that his macro game was amazing. They said it was much better than when he first got here to Korea. So I think just training and the lifestyle really impacts how a player can do. And this is his mindset. Hydra seemed really determined to do well.
He's very talented. And, he was known for being a macro player before he got to Korea. So to hear that his macro is actually drastically improved is quite impressive.
It is. All right, have they joined the game yet?
No, they have not joined the game yet. So we'll keep talking. One time I was at this tournament and I had to stall for 30 minutes, man, and I was talking by myself. I felt like I was going crazy, man. I was talking about all sorts of stuff, man. I was just trying to kill time, and we may have to do that here too.
Okay, now there seems to be some technical difficulty. We have a tech guy playing around with Barracks' something. I didn't mean it that way.
No, she didn't mean it that way. She probably meant Barracks' computer equipment. But I think we will find out very soon.
Good thing I'm making makeup. You guys can't see me blush. I really didn't mean it that way. But yeah, they are fiddling around in there.
Well, don't worry. We'll get this game going pretty soon here.
Absolutely.
The sooner the better, I think, for us. Our other games we're going to have today, it's going to be HerO and Endless. Now, I don't know much about Endless. Do you know much about Endless? Because I think he's pretty new.
I don't think anyone knows much about Endless. Actually, before this game, I went ahead on the internet because, I wanted to know what he's done beforehand so I can kind of tell you guys and introduce him. But not a single thing. He has not played he's not played a pro game. You can't even find, amateur videos of him. Nothing. So then I asked, where did he come from? His first debut ever in the pro scene was the GOM Season 1.
Really?
Yeah. So that just shows you how he came in April this year. 2008, April is his first debut. So really don't know what to expect from this guy.
Yeah, I don't know. When you get players that are new as this, you got to expect anything, because some of them, this guy could be like the next Savior or Slayer's Boxer, or he could just be another, human sacrifice for HerO. We don't know. We don't know what exactly to expect, but as more of these games develop, we'll have more to talk about with players like this. But, this player is so big. We're trying to get so many pro gamers here that we have just new faces and old faces. We have all sorts of stuff.
I know, and that's actually the beauty about Classic is that we do combine, like there's all these hopeful new names. Actually, we even had a guy, he lost in the 256, but we had a guy who didn't even have an ID. And so we sat there going, well, what do we call him? Luckily, he's not in it, so we don't have to worry about that anymore. But you know, Endless, thankfully has an ID that we can call him by, even though he is brand new. And
Endless kind of sounds like tasteless, and that's definitely a good thing. I think, all right, wait, HerO's joined the game now. He is also a member of the famous West Team V, which I believe stands for the 2 fingers for victory. And we're still waiting for Barracks to join the game.
All right, hold on. I can peek on his screen. Give me 1 second,
yeah,
guys.
go take a peek.
His computer's not on yet, so we're gonna wait for Windows to load up. Or
you know, we're if you're a Terran player, this is definitely a good group of games to study. Especially when you think about last week, we had, or actually Sunday, it wasn't even a week ago. We had so many Terran games. It would be it's a great bunch of games to study. If you want to learn how to get better, if you want to get on iCCUP.net and play some games, these are the games you want to study. You want to figure, okay, how does he do that so quickly? What, you know, when do I build this? When do I do what? And so definitely check those out if you want to improve. I think we're going to have more Zerg games coming up here in the near future. We have 2 Terran versus Protosses back to back, and then 1 Zerg versus Protoss. You know, honestly, the one that I'm the most excited about is going to be the final game of the day, the Zerg versus Protoss.
I'm actually pretty excited about this too.
They're in the game.
It's not. They just brought him his keyboard. Apparently, he left his keyboard backstage, so we're
newbie, man.
We're waiting on that one now. At least the computer's on. The computer is on. We just need to. Oh,
he's back in the game.
He's in.
He says GG. All right, they're ready to go.
All right, we're ready to go. Woo!
All right. I felt like I was talking for a long time. All right, well, they're in the game, so our crew commentators are going to wrap it up, and we're going to get this thing going. It has begun. Here is Protoss, our Protoss player, HerO, at the top right. Bottom left is Barracks. Now, Barracks, I would really like to get inside this guy's head for a minute because he is probably so stressed out from that little course of events that happened there where he couldn't find his keyboard. I mean, the adrenaline, you could see,
he is.
He is wide awake, to say the least. And, you know, I think hopefully that will, maybe it'll help him, maybe it'll hurt him. I actually don't know.
I have not a clue. I mean, yeah, he is another very new player. I think he's known, he's got good mech, but again, new players, they can do anything. They don't have much stats to go by. They don't really have anything that's tried and true, so don't know what to expect, really.
Yeah, well,
he does seem a little flush, though.
Yeah, just a little bit. I think we're going to see a pretty standard game here. No proxy. No building the pylon in the middle of the map. And we'll probably see him scout after the gateway unless he's going to do a fast Nexus build.
All right, as you guys can see here, according to the viewers poll, our poor Barracks, 8%. Have no fear, Barracks. Sack. Beat out.
Yes.
The expected
with
percentage.
1% less, I believe.
Absolutely. So, you know, let's see if he can make it out there.
Now, let's see here. Barracks is on the way. He is going to wall in. Now, Protoss does have a lot of options for how they can open up. They always have a lot of options for how they can open up against Terran, but especially on this map. So far, things look pretty standard. We do not see the fast Nexus. We do not see anything that would indicate that Protoss is going to be overly aggressive. But time will tell. I think, well, there's a cybernetic score. Very standard opener here for Protoss. And this is actually, hold that thought, actually. Looks like the SCV is going to get sent out. Now, Protoss checks for the proxy in the middle of the map, and we will probably see Terran do the same thing. And as you can see, actually, I think we may see a hidden tech here from the Protoss because he has 2 probes out.
I don't think they saw each other.
No, I don't believe so.
No,
actually.
I really don't think they just missed each other by a hairline.
Now they're going to probably know where each other are once this SCV and oh, excuse me, I thought there were 2 probes. That's a Zealot on the map. Even Tasteless makes mistakes. There's a Zealot on the map, not 2 probes, so we may not see a hidden building. He's using the Zealot to scout, so he's scouting pretty late here. Normally you see players scout a little bit earlier. And the factory's on the way.
Alright, well, he did send that probe up, and he sent the Zealot down, so Protoss definitely has an idea of where and what is going on.
Yeah. Now, Terran's going to get the starport. Now, I'm surprised. This is the second time I'm seeing this on this map. There is a cliff here, so that does help Terran a little bit when they do these starport builds.
Wow, look at him go.
That is the face of a killer. And now this build could throw Protoss off. Now, Protoss is bound to get the Robo-Babe, which you're seeing right now, because there's a cliff here, and if the Terran gets the tanks on the cliff and you don't have anything that can fight it, I mean, you're just completely screwed. There's just nothing you can do. Now, there's a pretty intense rush going on over here, and Terran doesn't seem to be fully equipped to hold it off. When the tank comes out, he should be okay.
Oh, and a second Dragoon.
Now, because he scouted later on with the probe, he was able to rush a little bit harder, because he had a few extra minerals there to get these buildings out just a little bit quicker. Now, he's taking on the SCVs. Meanwhile, the Zealot continues to deal damage. Zealots deal damage actually faster than Dragoons do. He's got to be really careful. He's got to be so careful here, and he's losing more SCVs as we speak. There's another Dragoon about to come in here, and he might be able to target the supply depot, but no, he's going to go ahead and back off. Terran took a lot of damage back there.
I'm sure that was infuriating for Terran just now.
Yeah, no kidding. He is, okay, now we're going to see a Vulture drop, it looks like, because he is upgrading again now that he has siege mode, so that's probably mines. Well, observers are on the way. There, the units hop into the dropship. Now, let's see if Protoss is prepared. Presumably, Protoss has a shuttle, or will be getting a shuttle. However, okay, he does have a shuttle. And he's going to get the Robo-Bay. The robotic support bay. I always end up calling a robotics facility a Robo-Bay. But, so he's going to do some type of a drop over here. Here it comes in here now. He has to do some damage with this.
Wait, he's got a tank and two or three vultures in there?
2 vultures, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, with mines placed correctly, it could be very difficult. But look at this. He put one mine too close, and this mine's going to blow everything up. Oh, God, this is going to be... Oh! That was close.
Oh.
This is a little out of control here.
This is a battle of the controls.
Oh! This is ridiculous. Man, those Dragoons must have springs on their shoes, man. They bounce right back in there.
Nike shocks for Dragoons.
Yeah, no kidding. But he's just going to keep using these units of your... I don't know if this is really working out for Terran at all.
Oh!
How did he manage to get out of there?
That was amazing control.
Well, actually, it might not matter. One more shot and it's gone. Well, Terran's going to be pretty behind now because he's getting this expansion up a little bit later. Okay, well now it's going to be Protoss' turn to do some harassment.
Yeah, there goes the shuttle with my favorite unit, actually.
What's your favorite unit? The Dragoon?
No, the Reaver.
Oh, the Reaver.
Yeah, he's got a Reaver in there. I don't think we've seen one so far. Even on this Sunday, I don't recall seeing one.
And we might have not had any Reaver drops. It's hard for me to remember, but you know, I think this Reaver drop could do a lot of damage. Terran's kind of behind in the tanks. Nope, wait, he's got a Wraith. Now the Wraith can shoot down the shuttle, and even if you have shuttle speed, the Wraith can still keep up with you. So this is going to make the drop probably useless. We'll find out though in a minute. And here comes the Reaver. Now it just went by the shuttle, and he's going to move right in here. I don't think, what? Oh my God, the doors are open.
Wow.
And the Reaver, oh my God, this Reaver can deal so much damage in this position. This is so bad. And I think the Reaver, with a high ground advantage here, oh man.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, this is so bad for Terran. This is so bad for Terran. The Reaver's dealing a lot of damage. Now the Reaver is going to come up here. The Wraith needs to shoot the Reaver down. Somebody stop this Reaver. Wow, Terran's in a terrible position. Not only did he get that expansion out a little bit later, the face of the killer. Now that he got that expansion up even later, and he's losing these SCVs, Terran is so crippled right now. And this Zealot doesn't even care. Well, he finally managed to hold off that attack. But he is pretty behind. And since he's doing the armory build, his push is going to be late. By then, Protoss should have so many units that it won't really matter. And he's going to go for the carriers. That's pretty smart. Well, Protoss is in fantastic shape. And I'm not sure. Okay, Terran's going to try to expand again to recover. That's a pretty flimsy defense there.
Yeah.
And, okay, some more probes are going to be picked off here. This is going to help Terran out a little bit, but I don't think this is going to be enough damage. And, well, he's doing a reasonable amount of damage, actually. Every probe does count. And I think, man, okay, he's doing a lot more damage than I actually expected those vultures to do. Now we're going to see the carrier tech here. This is pretty common for Protoss to do if they get the Terran really behind.
I don't know. I feel like he's too behind right now.
Yeah, I agree completely. I think his economy is suffering heavily. And when the carriers come out, Terran may not be able to deal with both the Protoss ground units and the Protoss air units. Now, the Wraith is gone. I don't think Terran remade it, so he actually might be able to do more harassment. Here comes now. And yet, God. I don't know if I could cuddle with a Reaver, man. This is just bad.
Beautiful. God, that makes me so happy.
This is just ridiculous. Terran is just getting beaten so badly here. Oh, man. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. I'm surprised it didn't fire at the SCVs.
That's what I was expecting, too.
All right, here we go again. This is a common trick. They drop the Reaver. The cooldown rate for the siege tanks is pretty slow, so you can drop a Zealot. The siege tank will hit the Zealot, then you drop the Reaver, fire, and pick up the Zealot and the Reaver, and the tank has not actually been able to fire twice in that time. So that means the Reaver doesn't get touched. Oh, man. And he is going to get some vultures in here. 3 vultures can do a lot of damage. Some mines get in the way here too. No, does not matter.
He has no chance. You know, they weren't kidding when he said he's good against Terran.
Yeah, he's very good against Terran. And, I don't know what Terran really can do right now. I mean, the Protoss pretty much has this game in the bag.
Pretty much. I don't even think he needs the carriers, to be honest. But he's got 1. Now he's just creating those interceptors.
You see, the Protoss really isn't able to deal a whole lot of damage with these vultures, or at least not enough to recover. Oh man, here we go again.
Oh, that's so awesome.
This is hilarious. If you're a Protoss player, it is.
Oh.
Man, Terran is just, I feel bad for this guy. You know, he,
I wish you guys could see me. I have this huge smile on my face. I love watching Reavers. Oh my god.
I love Reavers as well. Okay, I didn't realize he didn't have the Citadel yet. So he's got 2 carriers out now. Now, the Terran's economy is so down, I don't think he's going to be able to pump enough Goliaths in combination with tanks and vultures to do any push anytime soon. Protoss expands again. My god.
He's not going to be able to follow. No. All right, here we go. We can see actually how much resources they have now on the screen here.
And when you look at the supply for the Terra unit, it certainly has 11 tanks and 12 Goliaths. And you look at how many Dragoons and Zealots that Protoss has. So the ground army is already stronger.
You just see look how fast he's gathering minerals.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God.
It's going at an incredible rate. And, you know, Protoss has so much gas that he could probably even add another Stargate and keep making more carriers. Okay, well, he's going to come in here from behind and try to harass. Oh, this is so smart. Oh!
Oh!
That Reaver was in for a surprise, but the idea was still really good. To use the interceptors to absorb the firing from the turrets so that he can sneak a shuttle in there. That's pretty smart.
I think he was expecting that one, though. That Reaver went down real fast.
The Reaver was in for a surprise.
We're at 6 carriers now and 21 Dragoons. I mean,
This
is a good number. Oh, just popped out a bunch more Zealots there.
Well, right now, Terran is pretty much stuck in his base. He's probably going to try to pick off as many units as he can with the carriers. Whenever Terran leaves, Terran's going to get run over. This is definitely not a back and forth game.
No.
You see now he's going to try to sneak in over here. Those Dragoons should probably get out of there. Now,
Hey, he's got 2 more carriers coming on the way.
yeah, he does, and I think those carriers. Well, with the carriers, a combination with the ground units just makes them so powerful.
Okay. So we see
Man, Terran has a lot of units,
God,
man.
where did he get those? He's got 28 Goliaths now, 11 Vultures, and 11 tanks.
The problem is that Terran can't leave his base with those Goliaths for us to counterattack. This is some pretty heavy damage. And see, now the Goliaths go back to the carriers can just leave again. Templar Archives out. Yeah, Storm. I was
Yep,
about
here we
to
go.
say.
Templars out.
And you know, with Storm, that really hurts the Goliath. The Goliaths, you know, they're units which are quite similar to Hydralisks. I mean, the way they clump together.
It's got 30 Goliaths now.
You can really see how that Terran Wallen slows down unit circulation later on in the game. I think Protoss may actually attack. I do believe Protoss is maxed out. I think it'd be impossible for Protoss to not be maxed out right now. Actually, you can tell that Protoss is maxed out because of how much money he has.
And he's not creating anything else?
Yeah, and he's not making any units. That is so many carriers, and you can see how he can just abuse these ridges. If he can pick up a few tanks, he'll run in there. Now, some vultures are going to go around from behind. Protoss may see that there are a bunch of vultures that are not guarding the tanks and just rush in there with everything. And with that being said, okay, here he comes again. Well, Terran will do some damage over here. I don't know if it's going to be enough, though. And here, yeah, Protoss is just going to go ahead and attack. Without those vultures there to help fight off the Zealots, he could deal a lot of damage there. The carriers are just going to target fire these tanks. And that's going to be GG any second.
Look at that beautiful chaos.
That is just excellent. And I think that that's just going to be it. I mean, he's finished, man. He's gone.
Face of the killer, right?
That's the face of the killer, being killed. And you know, Protoss can afford to just sack all these probes because Protoss is going to get in there and just tear the Terran apart. And now that he's around the factories, there's literally nothing that Terran can do to recover. I mean, that's it. That is that.
We should see a GG anytime now.
Yeah, I mean, any second now, whenever... okay, there it is. GG.
No, do you think it affected his game for coming in so late and he is less good?
You know, it's quite possible. You know, I mean, he probably didn't have all his thoughts together. He probably wasn't able to settle himself. But yeah, I mean, that's tough, you know. But maybe in the next game we can see something different. We'll find out. HerO is just too strong back there. A member of We Made Fox, as you can see on our screen. Very, very strong team.
Alright, what do you think is going through that boy's mind right now?
Probably frustration because he was really never able to get outside of his base until the end. Well, there was a few moments with vultures, but you know, the vultures didn't do that much damage. I mean, certainly not enough, not compared to the pounding that Terran got earlier on.
By the time the vultures got out there, it was game over
Yeah,
anyway.
it was game over by then. And then, you know, all it took was one last attempt with the vultures to get out. And when Protoss sees, okay, there's just a few units missing, his army's already weak and small, I'll just send everything in there and finish us off. So Terran's probably very frustrated with that last game. Maybe he can regain his composure and do something different this series. We'll find out very soon because they're both in the game right now. They both just joined.
Wow, so these two aren't going to take a look at their replays either.
I guess not. Well, we could see another interesting game here from HerO. HerO clearly very technical, clearly very aggressive early on.
Yeah.
Really getting in the Terran space, first by attacking that Wallen, and then secondly, when he rushed in there with the Reaver and the Dragoons and just dealt so much damage. It was just ridiculous.
All right, now I kind of recall you saying...